Good morning. This is Howard Kabinski, the owner of Kabinski Business Systems and the Davidson Company. And today we're going to look at the Comtrex POS system from the viewpoint of the operator. This is the basic screen showing the login where someone would use their server number. In this case, I'm using server number 10, and it would come up to a programmed menu screen based upon each client's needs. The menu screen that we have here is beer, and the operator would simply pick the beer, in this case a Budweiser and a Heineken, to see a subtotal of $5.75. A simple tender would be using the cash key. On this cash key we have a number of options. For example, next dollar up is shown, and that's 6. A $5 bill, $10 bill, $20 bill, and $50 bill. Let's say that we received a $10 bill. It would show the $10 up here in the cash amount. Bartender would hit enter. It shows the change that the bartender is supposed to give. This is called a spotter's screen. It shows the number of items that the bartender passed and how much money it cost. That's to allow somebody in the bar to watch from a distance and examine whether or not things look right. You return to the beer screen again, and we can go more quickly here. We have a Coors and 3 Canadian Molson. Hit the cash button, hit the $20 bill, enter, OK and OK. Now we have a variety of different screens here: the food screen, the bar screen, the beer screen. So when you have a bar item, for example, a Tanqueray and a Bacardi, total is $8.75. They give you a $10 bill. Click on the 10, enter, OK, OK. Now on this bar screen we are showing the difference between when the bartender serves. They don't need to know what mix is involved unless there's a charge for the mix. So if this was somebody ordering from the restaurant side where they needed to tell the bartender what type of drink and what type of mix, on the Seagrams it shows us the available mixes, and that's how we would set that up for a computer that's in the restaurant. Jim Beam is set up that same way. Add the tonic. But when you are the bartender, you don't need that information, so the bottom row here has been purposely programmed to not ask for the mix. So a Captain Morgan doesn't ask for the mix. I will pay for these here with a $20 bill. Now occasionally you may be running tabs. In that case, the screen could be set up to automatically go to this graphic of your layout. So if somebody at this seat was going to be running a tab, maybe he would have a Budweiser, and I would just send that tab somewhere to be suspended. He's not going to pay for it immediately. So when I look up the list, it shows me that B3 has a tab, and that tab is 1 Bud bottle. So when he gets another Bud bottle, we can continue to save that tab until he's ready to check out. When he's ready to check out, we would go back into the tab, select it, and then go to the cash button. He owes $5.50. He gives us a $10 bill. We press enter, and we have the change. Now, correction for an error. When you pick an item, that item remains grayed. The very last item is remained grayed. That allows us to use the correct button down below to make an immediate correction. Again, when we hit Coors Light and we realize the last item that we hit was not right, we can simply hit correct, replace that Coors Light with a Coors, and continue on with tendering out the sale. That's opposed to an error that was made that wasn't the last item entered. So if we had 4 items entered and the error was that the Bud Light was an error, then we would change the highlighting to be on the error, and again, because this hasn't been sent yet, we can use the correction button to make a correction. If it's not the last item, we shade it and use correct. And we can go on and put in whatever our corrected items were, and we can go to pay. This is an even $10. Okay, so now when you're running a tab, again, you can also put someone's name on it. In this case here, if I wanted to enter Luke as having this tab, I could put his name on this tab. He may be a wanderer in the bar. I can add those 4 items to Luke's tab. And then when I want to go back, I can go to the list and I can see Luke's tab right here. Bring that back on the screen, and I can add more to Luke's tab. If I wanted to give him an entire new round, I would click down here in the white area. It would light up all 4 items, so that when I hit the repeat button, it changes that from 1 drink on Luke's tab to 2. I can send that away, so that the next time I would look at Luke's tab, instead of having just the 1 item on it, it'll have the 2. I select that tab. Luke owes us $20. I go to the pay screen, the $20, hit enter. Luke's tab is finished. So this is a finish of the preliminary screens for the Comtrex POS and food system. I hope that you enjoyed this presentation.